It's your boy Sydney here, and it is a dreary afternoon. I think it's going to storm. Speaking of a storm, I'm talking about someone today that likes to create a bit of a social media storm and also creates a shitstorm amongst political pundits and gender activists alike. Her name, for those of you who haven't yet heard it, is Clementine Ford, or as Milo Yiannopoulos likes to call it, Clementine Ford. She doesn't like that very much, so I encourage people to use that often. But seriously, like, okay, I did a video ages ago about respect is earned, not owed. Now, I've talked about the definition of respect before. Now, the definition of respect is when you have admiration or, respect or admiration for someone's values or qualities or achievements. And while I don't really respect what Clementine Ford stands for, as in I don't admire any of her views and values on men, there is one thing about her, and hear me out, guys, because it would be a hypocrite of me to not acknowledge this. So there is one thing about her that I do admire, and that is that she's actually honest about what feminism is. She's not pretending that it's about equality for both men and women. She's not pretending that feminism gives a shit about men, which it doesn't, by the way. She's not trying to act like feminism's about equality. She's not living under some sort of cloak of false narrative. I mean, look, a lot of the sort of feminist ideology that she's bought into and that she's sort of perpetuates and parrots, of course, is pretty standard. Things like the wage gap, things like patriarchy, things like misogyny, etc. Look, and she believes it to be true, but I do admire that she's consistent in her message. Even when people say, well, you don't care about equality, she's like, when did I say I cared about equality? And if you don't believe me that she actually turned around and asked about that, I've actually included in the description below a source link to a post that was shared by, well, the source link is to a Facebook post, but it's actually a screenshot from Twitter about a conversation and a thread she had with someone. And she quite openly shared her views that, well, no, I don't care about men. I never said that feminism was about equality. Feminism is not about equality. Feminism is about women's rights, and that's what I stand for. Right? And it makes sense, right? Because everyone was so up in arms when she went to that co-ed school and refused to talk to the boys. At if you're going to go to a co-ed school, you really should have a conversation with everybody, okay? But she's not going to pretend that she actually gives a shit about the boys. She's not going to pretend that she actually gives a shit about men. She's openly saying, I don't care about men. I don't care about boys. I literally am just over men. I don't care. She's basically admitting that she's a misandrist, and she doesn't care who knows it. And she owns it. And staying true to oneself is a value that I admire in people. So I do admire that value in Clementine Ford. I admire that she's honest about what feminism's really about. But that's about all I admire about her. So yeah, guys, I was just thinking about that while I was at work today, and I thought I really wanted to share that with you and get your thoughts. So don't go attacking me in the don't go attacking me in the YouTube comments just because I said that I admire something about Clementine Ford. Right? Because I didn't like Steve Jobs either. Yes, he's a fantastic innovator, but he's a fucking asshole. He didn't give a shit about anything but design and money. He didn't give a shit about customers having to stick with a phone that had antenna issues. He said, oh, you're getting a bumper case. That'll be $5 or free or whatever it was. It cost him fuck all per instance. And most people didn't even want the ugly bumper case on there. And he said, well, you either take it or you leave it. If you don't want the bumper case, that's fine, but don't complain about the reception, right? And I can't respect someone that doesn't give a shit about doing the right thing. But he knew how to make money for the company. Oh my God, people are so dumb in this car parking lot. He knew how to make money for the company, and he knew what he was all about. And I have to respect that determination and that focus in a man, right? And that honesty in a man. And he was honest. Everything he ever did or ever said, he was pretty honest about. Whether I think it was ethical or not, that's another story. But at least he was genuine about it. And at least Clementine Ford's genuine about hating men. At least she's genuine about not giving a shit about men. At least she's honest about it. Doesn't try to hide it. So, guys, I think it's so true to be honest with others and true to yourself, and not make up bullshit just for the sake of trying to appease others. And while I'm not saying you guys should go out and try and be like Clementine Ford, in fact, I highly would advise against that. But that particular attribute that that she's basically carrying on, oh, for fuck's sake, idiots. Sorry, this car park is just ridiculous. So many clowns. Sorry, guys. Just gone to the shopping center here. So yeah, you know what? I don't like Clementine Ford. I admire she's at least honest about it, and I wish more feminists would be honest about the fact that they don't give a shit about men. I wish more feminists would be open about it like Clementine Ford. So society can actually see that it's not a movement for equality. So society can actually see that it's not about fairness and reasonable discourse, and not about actual balance. Sup, Charlie and Riff Magos? How you guys doing? K to the Swiss, good to see you. Live Free and Bob. Got all you guys in the box. Thank you. Yeah, Riff Magos, an honest feminist. Clementine Ford is honest about the fact that she doesn't give a shit about men. She's honest about the fact that feminism is not about equality. Go check out the Facebook link in the description below. Tell me what you think, guys. I'm going to make this nice and short because I've got to go get my dinner. But I am going to do another video when I get home. Yeah, K to the Swiss, the precious victim points though, I know. Look, all career feminists need a victim complex. Otherwise, they don't have anything. They don't have any grounds on which to put forward their parroted talking points. Alright guys, I'm going to bounce for now. I'm probably going to be back in about 20-25 minutes. I've got a doozy for you guys. Believe me, you do not want to miss this. What time is it now? What time is it? I've got on my clock, I have 5:21. You guys tune in at 6 p.m. Sydney time, which is 10 p.m. GMT plus. Sorry, 10 hours GMT plus. And you guys are going to love what I got for you in about 40 minutes. And I did get those emails today, Charlie Brown. Thank you. One of the videos I'm doing tonight is about that. I had already seen it, but thank you for sending that through to me as well. Whiskey, Stills, and Tumbleweeds, good to see you. I'm going to be back in around about 35 odd minutes. So, guys, if you can be around in 35 minutes, jump on. Don't miss Sydney's next stream. I got a ripping story for you. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. Peace.